very methodical.
First leg, Scott through first. Game on.
And you'll see, we'll just play with his own routine. No one will take him out of his stride, but it's a really tasty encounter to get things underway.
Yeah, best of 15 legs in these first round ties.
140.
The last 16. You do have to win by 2 clear legs. A nod to the World Matchplay format. Up to a maximum
140.
10 apiece, and then a 21st leg in all of today's fixtures would be sudden death should it go the distance. Because I'm sure a fair few would have made the short trip from Middlesbrough to York to support Duzzet.
180.
And they get their chance to lift those cards for the first time of many over 2 sessions today and 4 across the weekend.
121.
Still, the leg is in the control of Paul Hogan. This is a good start.
Yeah, so solid. 2 treble turns every single visit in this leg, Hogan.
121. Paul Hogan, 100.
Back up that break.
And he may get a couple of visits to this. There we see that dart again. Brilliant from Paul Hogan. What a start. Backs up the breaker throw with a hold. And has taken early control. And a double, you mentioned correctly, Chris, he's very comfortable, but he didn't look very comfortable in that previous leg. And it's the only bit of nervousness we've seen from Paul Hogan.
100. Paul Hogan, 136.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys who've been up on that stage know when it's a big leg, and maybe that can have an effect at times, but this looks good to follow. And double 8 would complete a wonderful finish.
Shot in the 6th leg.
Paul Hogan having a wonderful spell of darts. Absolutely electric stuff. A second dozen dart leg for Hogan.
6 remains to get back within 1 again. He's been chasing throughout Mitchell. The only breaker throw reminder was in the opening leg of the match.
60. Scott Ricard, 36.
To close the gap again.
Game shot on the 9th leg.
Exactly
Scott Mitchell.
Keeping himself.
10th leg, Paul did through the first.
Snapping at the heels of Hogan.
First part right, he drifted into the 5. Treble 17 to keep his hopes alive, maybe. And he's nowhere near, so match darts are incoming for Paul Hogan.
Would have been a big favourite for this match, amongst the favourites for the tournament.
41.
Scott Mitchell, but he's
Paul
now
40.
Standing right on the tungsten trapdoor. If Hogan can hit, he goes home. Well, he's orchestrating the audience a little bit. Maybe just trying to alleviate some of the tension. It's double 5.
30.
And he has missed a glorious opportunity.
And Mitchell, it may just be 1 dart. And even if he doesn't convert this 80, Hogan's got a decision to make. Does he go straight for double 5? Well, it's going to be 2 at double 10. It cost him earlier on in the match to get level. Is it going to cost him here? And it
60.
does again. It hasn't been his friend in this match, double 10.
And
Paul Hogan has missed 3 already for the match. Another 3 if needed here.
Did wonder if he might split. He hasn't. Now he has to use a dart, and that's only just in the 1. Double 2.
Game
He
shot
survives the tension.
Paul Hogan!
And Scott Mitchell is sent packing.
Warwickshire in England. She's a former 6 times world master, a 10 times champion of the world. So let's welcome the golden girl, Trina Gulliver!
Match of the afternoon.
Only going to get one dart. That's a loose one. Tops it is.
36.
And that
Richie
mistake
O'Connor, 32.
could be costly.
Yeah, you can see the frustration from Trina. And there's the run of
Being
break
shown
throw
the third
continuing.
leg.
It is.
Richie
Mr. Trick there, Trina.
Housen.
Housen
Fourth leg, Richie to through first.
takes
Game
advantage.
on.
You get the impression.
That line a little bit means you probably wouldn't fancy him for the 120. Famous last words, but it'll become irrelevant if Gulliver nails tops
94.
himself. He hasn't.
Richie O'Connor, 120.
Chance for Housen for 5-1. Had time on this in the previous leg. Hasn't got time here. And that's not a great guide for him. But he finds it for a big lead at the break. And he just pulls it low. Let off for Gulliver.
20.
Told you he wouldn't hit it, Mark. Well, she hit this. Big moment in this match.
Game shot
Trina
the sixth
Gulliver
leg.
gets it.
Trina
And
Gulliver.
that does make things rather more interesting for the second part of this game. Gulliver, not much Trina Gulliver can do here other than apply some pressure.
43.
And she's unable
Richie
to do
O'Connor,
that.
62.
Treble 10. And this is the shot in the opening leg of the match. He missed the 2 double 16s that occasion, not on this occasion. And that now puts him just a solitary leg away from a place in the quarterfinals. And no pressure is there. And he's going to come back. 75 left. Again, tidies it up really well, and it's been a professional performance from Richie. Far from his best, but just had more than enough for Trina Gulliver. She'll be disappointed, but it looks like Housen is on the quest for another run to the final. Is Trina Gulliver bowing out in style? Housen for victory.
Yeah, what a parting shot from Gulliver. But it is
the
the Essex Arrows ace, Richie Housen, the owl who flies through to the quarter-final.
Painter looking to back up that break with a hold here. 16 for tops. This is for a bright start for Kevin. He's unlucky. Should return. This is a big ask for Dieter.
Yeah, it's already becoming a pattern, isn't it? Painter on doubles when Edmund's on big finishes.
93. Kevin O'Connor, 20.
Good lead from Dieter, and the trouble comes here if Kevin slips inside. But he's straight in the double 10, and a good start from Painter. Hold, and, sorry, a break and a hold, and an early advance at the break.
Double 10 has been good to him in the game, but now he's chasing around, and Henceman will get a chance to get a leg in the ledger.
Needs to be composed here, Dieter. Almost in the double. Needs this double 10. And just hasn't gone for it all in this match, Dieter Hedman. More opportunities for Painter to lead 6-0.
And it is a Painter procession so far here at the Seniors Matchplay.
If I win this leg, this would really hurt. Obviously, you're 6-0 down, but there's opportunities being now for Dieter in the last 3 legs. Could be also different.
Just an awkwardness, isn't there, as well, about the fact she is on double 19.
The way her darts land, though, she shouldn't block this. Plenty of space. Really needs to get over to the left. And gets it, and deservedly gets a leg on the board. A smile from Dieter, a smile from Kevin, and acknowledged by the crowd. She deserves that leg. And Dieter Hedman is off and running.
But this to win the match. Treble 13 or treble 19. Double 11.
73.
Now then, he's going to come back, obviously. It's just a bit of messing around, isn't it? And he'll be a little disappointed. He'll feel he's been a little bit careless at times at the back end of the legs. But again, when you've generally been afforded that luxury of having a good cushion,
45.
intensity's not there. But Painter to wrap things up.
2 4s will do it. And Kevin Painter has put on a really professional to Paul Hogan. Well, Gates now, this is where he does maybe have to think. He's going to go for the ball,
99.
but Colin McGarry wasn't on a finish.
No, and he's going to come back and split that 25. It's just how much pressure. And McGarry just snatching a bit, reaching with that last start. That's better.
25.
Gates, and this is where they can. He's got the 9, because if you get a 12 there, all of a sudden you're messing around. Nice clean finish. In the end, wasn't costly, and he's rallied with 2 legs of his own. It's 2 apiece here in our final last 16 match of the afternoon.
Went the 14s route, leaves 48. Ops for tops.
22.
Fails to find it.
70.
And Leonard Gates will have the chance to open up a buffer.
Serious daylight here, and 4 consecutive legs.
Game
And he
shot
does, and
6
Colin
leg.
McGarry will be
Leonard
kicking himself
Gates.
slightly, raced into a 2-leg lead. But it's the gentleman who's been making these World Senior stages.
And this is a familiar feeling for many darts players. Can't be called too little, but probably will prove to be too late.
Game shot
Indeed it is.
Leonard Gates.
Gates. Big ask here for Leonard Gates. Can't find the first treble. McGarry's been desperate to get level since chasing from being 3-2 down. 4 tops here now for 5 apiece. And he is level, and we hear that roar again from Colin McGarry. He's kept chipping away at Leonard Gates.
There's one dart on the target. He's just seen his opponent miss.
59.
Same outcome for him, and this game may have more life in it.
To prolong this tie as well. Reminder, if McGarry takes this out, we have to play on for someone to lead by 2 clear legs unless it goes 10 apiece. And we are playing on, and he enjoyed that one, Colin McGarry. He's dug in really deep.
The match has now reached 7 legs all. The match must now be won by 2 clear legs. So the match gets to 10 legs all. The 21st leg will be sudden death. 15th leg, Leonard to through first. Game on.
A 108 for 8-8.
It's on. 16 for the double. And
92.
just inside, and Leonard Gates has had a match start already, has got more incoming to end a real scrap here and break the heart of Colin McGarry.
Two more for the match. Double 16. Becomes one at double 8. And this time, Gates gets it done. It was a real battle against Colin McGarry. Hogan is home to one of the biggest snooker tournaments, but we're not going to see the 147 clearance from Cameron here.
131.
Next best thing, though.
And he's teeing up a potential double break.
Well, you can see the frustration as John Henderson asks Paul Hicks, is that 6? And in the end, he gets 9. And this is turning into a nightmare for John Henderson.
And even if Cameron misses,
Game
he
shot the
has him.
third leg. David
It's
Cameron.
cruise control for David Cameron in
Fourth
the
leg
opening
taken
3
through
legs.
first.
Hendo's
Game
averaging
on.
below 7 himself, but the crowd as well. Popular guy, John Henderson, and the crowd seems a little bit deflated seeing his
16.
performance so
David
far.
Cameron,
Cameron's had
10.
darts already for 5-1. He's going to get some more here.
Game shot on the
He
sixth
doesn't
leg.
need
David
another
Cameron.
invitation, and this is something of a shock here. David Cameron for a dot if Cameron can check this out.
Oh, this will hurt. Henderson's waiting on tops. He can't look. One missed. Double 10. This is big.
90.
And he goes inside.
John
So
O'Connor,
rare
40.
opportunity for John Henderson. He's had to be very patient in this match because there's not a lot happened for him, but a chance to get one of those breaks back. That's wild. But
Game shot the
that is
eighth
spot
leg.
on. And
John
a nod of
Henderson.
acknowledgement from John Henderson. What a good second dart as well.
Ninth
Because
leg,
that
John
first one,
Henderson.
you're thinking, here we go
Game
again.
on.
He's missed a lot of, is it? In terms of leaving only a 3-darter.
Double top.
74.
John Henderson's left himself 99 problems. He has played like a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders for most of this match.
Well, is he going to rectify the situation here? Tops. Pulls it low, and you just never felt that was going to go, did you, Chris? It's been that sort of game for John Henderson, and Cameron has a big opportunity now to move one away from the quarterfinals.
He hit what Henderson couldn't. Double 10.
Game shot on the 10th leg.
Nails it. Last start. All John Henderson can do is hit and hope. And there's been a lot of hoping going on in this game.
Yeah, they may be his last 3 darts. David Cameron now looking at double 8 to wrap up a clinical performance, I have to say, and he does finish the job, and John Henderson will be...
Took R.Thornton to a deciding set, and he's, of course, a winner of both World Championships and this tournament last year.
That's right. Well, Phil's in...
That's finding that segment. Part hasn't hit a maximum.
140.
Still hasn't, but just reminded Phil Taylor.
He's still got 6 darts, hasn't he? Even.
Yeah, it's double 11. Could get messy,
Game
but he
shot
finds it. And he does cut the gap back to a couple of legs. John Park, well, taking advantage of a slow start from Phil Taylor, but at the break it is...
22.
Well, he chooses to go that way. Now this could get messy if he goes inside,
Game
but
shot
that is
on the
another
10th leg. Phil Taylor. 11th leg John to through first. Game on.
76, biggest and best of the match. It's not a bad dart, not a bad guide.
No, it's just under, I think, Chris.
100. John Newcastle 16.
What did he get if that last dart had been his first or second one?
So Part with 3 at double 8. Can he use that?
Oh, is he going to...
No score. Phil Newcastle 20.
Throwing this game away.
Well, how many times has he stood behind Phil Taylor and watched him hit a
Game
double?
shot on the 11th leg. Phil
Crucial point of the
Taylor.
match. Remember, John Park.
I'd be thinking, why couldn't I have played one of these still?
He keeps coming up with the maximums.
One of
Phil
the
Taylor.
Yes, it looks like 6 apiece.
Unless Park can counter and apply some pressure, that's not going to happen.
85. Phil Newcastle 45.
Double 16, the choice. Double 8.
29.
You'd think it's
John
still
Newcastle
still got
167.
another 3. Would be a fantastic for crowd if John could take this 167. Not this time.
Yeah, just hadn't looked like we had it. I was about to say the old family fortunes quote. If he does, I'll give him the
43.
money
Phil
myself.
Newcastle 16. Game shot on the 12th
Taylor's
leg.
on the money.
Phil Taylor.
And he might. Well, you just saw him check the score again there, so I think he probably miscounted, but he'll try and put it right this time. Choosing to go for double 16. And
Game
nailing
shot on
it.
the 13th leg. Jump hard. 40 leg Phil to through first. Game on.
But Part hasn't taken him out. Will he live to regret that?
$121.
Well, that's been such a bad dart. He would have wished it had gone for 18s, which I think he would have been tempted.
$43. Phil Newcastle 97.
No damage done. Double 19.
6 darts to go in front, and that would be first time since the completion of the first leg, I do believe.
Absolutely right. And he's
Game
absolutely
shot on the
right.
15th leg.
There have been flashes from Phil Taylor in this match. The 618s, the 76, the 72, the 90.
They might not take this. Oh, they might take this 74.
Game, shot, and a match.
There it is, a total Taylor turnaround in that contest. John Parr having
one dart, the bullseye for the opening leg on throw here.
126, from the car 86.
That applies pressure. Only the bull. Only the bull, that's all he needs. R.Thornton. Produced the highest average we've had at the seniors in that match, 98.72. But look at this from Duff.
145.
It's a great
from
effort.
the car 147.
We've already seen a bull finish from R.Thornton, but that would have been spectacular. And Duff's going to get another look. He started well here, Neil Duff. He was waiting to break in the opening leg. He's going to get a chance to break it. He's already missed one on the bull. He's got to tidy up this 25. You'd have to say deserves this early advantage if he can take out the 24. He does.
Neil Duff.
Clinical stuff from Neil Duff. He gets the first breaker throw.
Game on.
Now then, treble 15 or treble 19. There was options.
95.
He leaves it handy. It may only be a dart at the bullseye for Duff here. Could be going in at the break, 3 apiece.
It is just the bull.
56.
Thornton located it earlier, Duff could not do the same. So he's on tops to tie it up, and he's in tops, and that is a good sign for R.Thornton. He's been finding his favourite target. And he's
A bit of a mess from Robert.
Well, we saw something a little similar earlier. He left 86 and then took it out on the bullseye. Might not get the chance this time. He won't get the chance this time. And that. Both of these players we know have got high ceilings. Perhaps Robert Thornton as high as anybody in this event. And if one of them does put the foot on the gas, it could be over very quickly.
45.
Neil Duff in position to do that here.
And time as well. Well, he may not need it. Is it back-to-back ton plus finishes? It is. Here's Neil Duff making his move. He led.
Thornton can attack this. Duff only on 137. It's a big ask, and he is attacking it.
140. Neil Duff 137.
They get an opportunity to rally again. Rallied from 3-1 down. Got it back to 3 apiece. He's come back from 5-3 to make it 5-4. Now's a chance to level at 5 apiece.
18, and you know the rest. And the blood, sweat, and tears of Robert Thornton going into this match.
11 flag Robert is so fast.
And it's a match that he's now effectively back. It's on. Will he stay there? He went for the treble 14 to try and tee up tops.
94, Romeo Car 50.
Robert to prolong this tie. This has been the one positive of the performance. He's been steady on tops, but it's deserted in there, and a second bounce out of the leg. But I feel he was out with double 5 anyway. And there's some match darts incoming for the current WDF World Champion Neil Duff.
And it has been a day of shocks, really. It started with Scott Mitchell being beaten, John Henderson, the favourite, knocked out. And now the defending champion has gone as Neil Duff.
You know, speaking from experience, I've had technical issues and my throw broken down, and it's never been the same. And you know what you need to do to remedy it, but you're trying to execute it. This is okay. And he forced it in there in a max already. I said the start would be important for Glenn Durrant. I played in the Super Series myself last year. He was drawn in his group, and he's a likeable guy and just keeps himself to himself and just tries to let his darts do the talking. And he's done okay here so far. This to level up for Durrant.
79.
He used to be Mr. Double 16, didn't he, Glenn Durrant? You would back him in those moments, but on this occasion he's got some breathing space.
Another treble. May
100.
Just plant some seeds of doubt in Glenn Durrant, but to level up at 2 apiece.
Game shot the
2 apiece. He'll be satisfied with this, Glenn Durrant. This for 3 apiece. He won at tops. Both his legs have been won on double 10. He needs to change that here. Tops for 3-all. And it is 3-all, and again he's responded well. Jim McEwen, he's had a few setbacks in this opening session. He was broken in the opening leg, and he's broken again. This would be a real steal if McEwen could get this leg, and he's getting himself back in the leg.
There go ball.
136.
Maybe would have been a good time to just try and back up the maximum. Hitting 2 on the trot might have just made Glenn think even more.
He'll be feeling it now, Glenn. A leg that he was cruising. He's 12 remaining here now. Really taking his time, an important part of the match. Be a tough leg to lose this for Durrant. And he gets the double 6. Really well done from Glenn Durrant. He'd have been feeling it there. He didn't want the treble 14. Composed himself, pins the double 6.
Hard as nails, the pair of them. Really showing all their steel.
I
mentioned the 136 being the highest checkout of the tournament so far. It may need to be matched here. It's not going to be. And therefore, Glenn Durrant should have 2 darts at double top
58.
to move within 1 of a hard-earned win. 19 first.
You can tell by his reaction, but that'll do it in the 19. Can he get the tops? And he pins the tops, and Glenn Durrant is edging closer. And this would mean so much if he can get over the line here.
Or if he gets a lot here, it will tell us an awful lot.
And he does get the lot. It's still a big ask, but it might wobble Jim McEwen here. If the setup play isn't good, well, if he doesn't take it out, well, yeah, the setup play's got to be good now from McEwen. Good last dart, a second dart, I should say.
89. Glenn 152.
Well, the 180 gave him an outside chance. He was nowhere in this leg. He's been nowhere for a few years, Glenn Durrant. He's certainly shown that he's got the fight back in him.
97. Junior car 58.
Is he going to have to fight for a little longer at least?
Oh, McEwen, this is to stay in. Glenn can't watch, and it's right in the corner, and we are going on here. 7 legs apiece.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match has now reached 7 legs all. The match has to be won by 2 clear legs. Should the match reach 10 all, the 21st leg will be sudden death. 15th leg, Jim to throw first. Game on.
But it's 2 visits to convert this 167.
'59.
Now then, what can McEwen set up here? Oh, that's inviting. Over to treble 17. Killer shot from Jim McEwen. Brilliant setup, and all the pressure now on Glenn Durrant. Needs this one away to stay in. Only one option left, 51 for ball.
What a fight. What a match.
Junior car 32.
But it could be about to end. Jim McEwen's had to weather a real storm stirred up by a defiant Durrant in this dramatic duel. And misses make drama. This looks like he's only got a tiny amount of that bed available.
16.
Had to go high, went too high, and as a result, the game may go on.
Let off for Glenn Durrant. Match darts have come and gone for Jim McEwen. But that's a big miss. Can't afford to go inside the double 9. We saw him take his time on a double 6 earlier on, and he pinned it. Last chance, Durrant, double 9 to stay in. And it's just the wrong side, deflated. Glenn Durrant, he's put a lot into this match, but it's more opportunities for Jim McEwen.
Well, he hit this accidentally in the previous visit. He hits it intentionally and brings an end to a real tense tussle here at the World Seniors Matchplay. Glenn Durrant showed signs, showed flashes, showed fight. But the fight was won by that man, Chucky, Jim McEwen, on his debut in a World Seniors event.